Hey, what's going on guys, Conman here. Welcome back to another Journey's End video. For those of you who haven't been following the new series I started on my channel, feel free to take a look at the top link in the description down below for the full playlist. Today's video is going to be highlighting 5 ways building and things to do with building have improved in the Journey's End update compared to previous versions of the official game. To kick things off, for number 5, we have a smaller version of the visible grid as a setting in the pause menu, instead of being tied to the ruler accessory. While functionally this was available in previous versions of the game, not having to worry about getting a ruler and carrying it around in your inventory whenever you want to be precise about block placement is a great addition. I'm also happy that the ruler still has some use cases left because the grid the player has access to only covers a small area, so as to be relatively unobtrusive. For number 4, we have the new Graveyard mini biome, which, when you access a workbench within it, allows you to craft tons of previously unobtainable block and backwall types, in addition to some new variants as well. Most of these are dirt and stone related, but there are some interesting things included, like the boulder statue, which I've had a lot of fun with so far. For number 3, we have the new Void Vault, which upgrades your usable inventory space through a summonable chest that automatically deposits materials in it. I know that one of my biggest gripes when farming up building supplies is not being able to do so in a quick and efficient way. Usually when I'm on a mining run, I have to constantly open up inventories and swap things around, deposit them into my piggy bank, which involves placing down some platforms, or teleport home to drop things off back at the base. This is especially true for me personally because I usually have different stages of the game that I like to do certain things in, the last of which is typically creative building. So by the time I'm ready to dive into the heavy customization of my NPC village and the world in general, I usually have access to a ton of different materials, and I haven't really been gathering them in sufficient quantities up through that point. Thankfully though, it's not going to be a problem anymore because I am super excited about getting and using that Void Vault. For number 2, we have the block swap feature, which, as some of you may know, also includes the ability to swap out fully stocked chests. This is one of the greatest things that I never knew that I wanted until I saw it in action, and then I realized just how much I've been missing. Block swap is absolutely game-changing. You're saving in most cases over 50% of the amount of time that it would have normally taken to equip your pickaxe, mine, equip your new block, place your new block. Now, it only works for things that you're able to mine with current equipment, and I believe it does it at the same rate, which is understandable, because otherwise it could be exploited pretty heavily. But even with that caveat, it's easily something I see as a complete game changer for casual players and master builders alike. Finally, for number 1, we have all that is Journey Mode. Now, Journey Mode is not a creative mode in the traditional sense, for those of you who don't know, but in some ways it kind of is. It's basically a classic creative sandbox mode with the caveat that you have to unlock items before being able to duplicate them infinitely. So you still have to follow the standard Terrarian progression of battling bosses to unlock new areas and gathering materials, collecting items, and exploring the world. In reality, it's not that difficult because you can set the game difficulty, time of day, toggle God mode, make spawn rate lesser or greater. But if you did want, you could also do a journey mode playthrough while ignoring those quote-unquote cheats and setting the difficulty to something a little bit more challenging like master mode. Or you could do something kind of somewhere in the middle, like taking advantage of duplication while not touching God mode and having the difficulty set to what it would be for a regular playthrough. Essentially, journey mode can be whatever you want. Players have the freedom of choice. Overall, the reception so far has been overwhelmingly positive. Most people are really not too concerned with the grind involved, even though it has been kind of marketed a little bit as a creative mode. And I think that's fantastic. I know there are tons of people out there super excited to get in and try it out for themselves, along with the rest of 1.4. I hope you guys have been able to play it for the last day or two, and I hope everything's been enjoyable up through this point. With that said, that's all I have for you guys today. If you did want to check out the rest of the videos in this series, go ahead and check the top link in the description down below, which will bring you to the playlist. If you'd like to see more Terraria content on my channel, please subscribe. If you have any thoughts to share in the list I presented, maybe some things you agree or disagree with, feel free to comment down below. I'd love to talk about it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.